This week on LandLeader Television.
We are the leaders of the land. Land is what we live on. It can be explored, built upon, and cultivated. Land holds our wildlife, crops and livestock, and the homes in which we live. It provides a resource for your family. It's what our forefathers settled and our brave fight to protect. It asks that you respect it, keep it free, and put back what you have taken. At times, it's purchased, sold, and traded, and it's passed on from generation to generation. So it's our duty as land brokers to be champions of conservation, habitat management, and ownership. We possess a deep love for our land and respect for all it provides. We are LandLeader.
This segment of LandLeader TV is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors.
My name's Seth Hayden. Right now we're headed down near Colorado Springs to the Four-Way Ranch. The Four-Way Ranch has been owned since 1949 to the same family. It's a 6,635-acre ranch and has been a cattle operation since the early 1900s. And this group has managed to keep it together. They love this place, but it's just gotten to the point where it's time to move on, I believe, and hoping we can help them do that in the best way possible.
My name's Tracy Lee, and we're at the Four-Way Ranch in Peyton, Colorado. We are 18 miles east of Colorado Springs. My family acquired the initial piece of the ranch in 1949. My grandfather came up from the Panhandle in Texas to purchase it. It's been a working cattle ranch since 1949. Well, this ranch has been a beautiful ranch ever since we acquired it. Back in 1949, we were way out in the country. Today, we're right across from major development in the area. We still have a view of Pikes Peak, which is probably one of the best views you'll have in the Front Range. It's rolling hills, and it's wonderful cow country and beautiful landscape. We are right now at 6,635 acres. The ranch has been as large as 8,000 acres, but we have sold off some acreage over the years to developers and other ranchers in the area. We usually run anywhere between 200 and 225 pairs. That means a cow and a calf. And in a very good year, we can run probably 250 to 260 pairs for a summer season. We have many sources of water. One of our primary sources of water is Black Squirrel Creek, which dissects the ranch from the west side all the way to the southeast side. It runs water 365 days out of the year. We also have 7 wells here on the property. We have several old barns here on the property. The one that will probably be the main site of this production is an old dairy barn that was converted to a horse barn in the 1960s. There are other outbuildings on the property. We have one residence here at the main headquarters. The ranch has been in the natural beef business since the early 70s. It's been certified natural. So for those that are interested in running cattle out here, already set up for natural beef, meaning that we've never used any herbicides or pesticides on the property. Grasslands and ecosystems that we have here are very unique to this area. I am the last family member who is interested in running the ranch as a cattle ranch, and with development so close by, I think the partners, which are also family members, have decided that now is the time to possibly sell the ranch. And I think the thing that I'll miss the most is the livestock. Being able to feed the cattle each and every day and to be able to see calves born and have them raised from basically birth all the way up until they're yearlings. That's what I'll miss the most. Well, seeing as I'm a third generation Coloradoan, I don't really know any difference, but I've traveled all around the United States and around the world, and there isn't another place that I'd rather live than in Colorado.
It's about people far and wide, from coast to coast. The farmers, the ranchers, their cattle and crops, weekends in the woods, blueberries, peaches, a fishing pole, and your grandpa's rifle. Best friends, the love of your life, our children. It's about making this real. We've been financing your life for more than a century. We're Farm Credit. We're here to help you grow.
Mahindra knows you have real work to do. So test drive the toughest tractors on earth and get real savings, like up to $8,400 in cash back in savings. Plus, you'll get real peace of mind with Mahindra's industry-best 7-year powertrain warranty. Care for the land you love with real power and performance. And you'll see why Mahindra is the world's #1 selling tractor. Get your work done, America, with Mahindra.
Looking to sell your ranch or farm? Visit LandLeader.com to learn about our exclusive network of the best farm and ranch brokers across the country. LandLeader member brokers are the leaders in their areas, representing the finest properties and providing their clients with the most property marketing in the nation. From ranches and farms to sporting properties and vacant land, we're the largest land marketing company in America. Give us a call or visit LandLeader.com today.
LandLeader Television is brought to you by LandLeader, exclusive properties worldwide. Mahindra, toughest utility vehicles on earth. Gunworks, 1,400 yards right out of the box. Cinch jeans and shirts. Lead, don't follow. And by participating Farm Credit locations. Now it's time for the Farm Credit Tip of the Week.
Hi, I'm Brant Harrell with Southwest Georgia Farm Credit. I work with folks every day who want to buy and finance their piece of paradise. One trend I see a lot these days is the growing desire to farm. And it doesn't take a lot of land to be a farmer, just the desire to grow your own food. Maybe food you can sell at the local farmer's market or feed your family. And while we see a lot of traditional row crop farms in Southwest Georgia, where I'm from, like cotton and peanuts, we also see a lot of people taking advantage of the niche markets, like growing blueberries, olives, and grapes. We help these people finance their dreams, just like we're helping the large family farms finance theirs. I'm Brant Harrell from Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, and that is your tip of the week.
To be perfectly honest with you, it's going to be very, very hard for me, and not only me, but my whole family. There's a lot of memories here. You know, this is where my kids and my brother's kids killed their first deer. It's going to be a tough thing to do to walk away from this property. Well, we've always been fond of Calhoun County. Back 26 years ago or 7, we was looking for a place to buy. A family friend put us on to 280 acres. We talked to the realtor that had it, and we bought it. We started out with 280, and then everything just all kind of started to come together with different pieces. Just worked out perfect. Owning land, to me, is very beneficial. It's just a place that you can go, don't have to worry about nobody messing with you. You can just do what you want. When turkey season's in, you can go turkey hunting. deer season's in, you can go deer hunting. And it's just your own property. It's just been an awesome experience. You got the two rivers here, got the Mississippi close by, you got the Illinois close by. We've done a lot over the years. We built, we call it a cabin, but it's more of a house. Put the walk-in cooler, the pump room. We got on the rural water system. We got food plots. You know, we've put a lot of work into this place. Tarrant and Harmon, they get us out there. They're good people. We just felt more comfortable going with them. They're a local company. If they can't sell it, nobody can.
Tarrant and Harmon Real Estate and Auction Company was founded by myself and Mark Harmon in 2010. I have a lifelong background in the real estate business, and Mark has a lifelong background in the auction business, and together we are able to offer our clients a diversified approach to selling all types of real estate. This farm here is a primary example of the kind of farms and recreational properties that we market. This is a turnkey place with the cabin and the barn and the spring and the rural water and electric, shoot houses, deer stands, food plots, CRP, everything dialed in, ready to go.
As far as this property goes right here, it'll never be replaced, but it's just time to let it go.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Cinch Jeans and Shirts and by Gunworks Rifles.
It comes to this moment. This is what he's prepared for. He's learned the science of long-range shooting. He knows how to select the right gear and how to compensate for wind. He's practiced. He's trained. Now, at 880 yards, he is ready. Gunworks, Long-Range University. Visit gunworks.com.
Now's a great time to buy your next farm, ranch, or recreational property. The premier broker members of LandLeader represent the finest properties available on the market today, from working cattle ranches to income-producing farm ground, equestrian facilities and agricultural land to sporting properties and land rich with mineral rights. Let the LandLeader network help you find your next piece of land. Tour thousands of properties for sale online at landleader.com.
Living the Dream is on a mission to help outdoorsmen live out their dream by matching exceptional Missouri properties with extraordinary people. Our entire staff are avid outdoor enthusiasts and hunters and have a passion for the land and the outdoor lifestyle. We specialize in outdoor properties, farms, ranches, recreational land, timber, as well as waterfront. It's all we do, and we're the best at it. Call us anytime at 1-855-289-3478.
This segment is brought to you by California Outdoor Properties.
Charlie Ang's California Outdoor Properties. We're up here in Rumsey, California. It's in the Capay Valley, close to Sacramento, Woodland, and Winters area. This property is very unique. It's 1,300 acres. It's got a mile front of Cache Creek frontage. Abundance of wildlife. You got deer, turkey, doves, quail, pigs, all sorts of stuff.
My name's Debbie, and my husband and I have owned the River Ranch since 1982, and he acquired the first part of the property before he met me, just the homestead, the actual house and the and maybe a couple hundred acres. Fell in love with the ranch style living, and we used it for 10 years as a weekend getaway. The River Ranch is located in the Cape Hay Valley, and it originated like in 1887 is when I remember the first readings I could find on it, and they originally called it the Rock. I just love rock, so I can see why they named it Rock. But they changed it to Rumsey after Captain Rumsey, who was in the Civil War and lost an arm, and they used to give you land when you would lose a limb. So he owned this whole back part of the Cape Hay Valley. Originally, what put Rumsey on the map was the apricots. This was the end of the train. So they built the train tracks to come all the way back into here. And that was during the time too when the train cars were having the big icebox train cars, and you can actually see them at the Sacramento Train Museum. Rumsey, because it's so warm here, the weather is so amazing that all the fruit was ripened a month before anywhere, I mean in all the states. And so they would grow, this whole valley was apricots, and they would pick them, put them on the train, and ship them to the East Coast. So that's what got Rumsey on the map, was the apricots and being the end of the line for the trains. 1893, the Kellogg's came, and they're the original people that lived here on our property. They're the ones that originally built this house. It was them and 3 other families bought a kit house, and all the neighbors in the whole valley would come and just build these houses, you know, in a weekend or 2-3 days, whatever it took. Her husband died, and she kept it as long as she could. She lost it in the 1930s with the Depression, and her whole family moved away, and then it went through a couple of different owners. And then my husband and I ended up here in 1982, and we've just been building on it ever since. We started having a lot of family and friends and entertaining, and realized quickly we didn't have enough room. And that's when we built the guest house out of the rocks, and which was the old carport from, I think, like the 1950s. It was a garage and a carport, and then we just kind of enclosed it and turned it into this amazing guest house. Families keep getting bigger, so we built the great room, which we're sitting in now, which is one of my favorite rooms on the whole ranch. And then we built the outhouse next, which I love the outhouse. It's not a real outhouse, but I mean, it's pretty amazing. When I was a child, I collected ball caps, and my mother hated it because I had every wall covered in baseball caps. So collection always starts somewhere. My husband was the same way. He as a child we just would always accumulate things. I mean, to where our parents would be driven nuts with our collecting. For he and I to meet and have the same collection philosophy was amazing. Ronnie is into, the Model A's, T's, so he's easy to buy a Christmas present for because I just need to go find a Model A or a Model T or, anything with a wheel or anything in the color rust. I'm a little bit different. I like very unique items, so between the two of us, our collection is just so huge. And my husband is so funny, he'll always say, "What are you gonna do with that?" I'm like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with yours?" I live for that kind of stuff. I live for finding things in the search and finding the spot for it. Making it just pretty much for fun. People say, "What do you do there?" We have fun. We go four-wheeling, horseback riding. I raise longhorns as a hobby. Oh my God, we go fishing. The fishing is amazing here. My nephews cannot get enough fishing. That's all they want to do when they come here is fish.
This segment is brought to you by LandLeader, exclusive properties worldwide.
Devout to the Pacific Northwest, Land and Wildlife is a leading real estate firm that offers a diversified and accurate approach to marketing and representing our region's finest rural, farm, ranch, recreational lands, and affiliated resorts throughout the region. If it's about the Northwest, we understand it. If you're interested in buying or selling land in Oregon, Washington, or Idaho, email us or give us a call today. We're eager to assist.
Stuck in the weeds? Get your hands on the new Brush Dog dual cutting trimmer head. The Brush Dog combines heavy-duty string line with stainless steel blades, giving you the cutting power to rip through any grass or brush that gets in your way. There's no need to change from string to metal blades, and with a universal fit, the Brush Dog is guaranteed to work with nearly every commercial trimmer. Visit brushdog.com for more information and purchase yours today. Brush Dog.
This segment is brought to you by California Outdoor Properties.
I do like masonry, and my mother would say that I inherited it. I'm not sure masonry is inherited. I haven't done a lot of research on that. When I came here and I found these beautiful rocks, I was like, wow, what can I do with this? You can see how I evolved. Actually, it's funny because the rock patio outside here by the outhouse was my very first thing, and I did it in gravel. How can I do that better? And then I built the little fireplace in here, and then I went over to the barbecue, and I just kept building, and I just kept finding all these rocks. Over all the years, everything got bigger and just better, you know, and I used every rock I could find. I did the fireplace. One thing I learned from a rock mason, if it doesn't fit naturally, it doesn't fit. Geographically, the majority of the property is on Cache Creek. Cache Creek is computer controlled, so it's gauged. You'll never run out of water. In the summer months, when there's no rain, it's metered out, so you will always have plenty of water. On the east side of the property, there's nobody behind us. There's probably 15,000 acres before you see anybody. That's why there is so much wildlife here, for the deer and the bobcats, mountain lions, coyotes. We used to lease the property for cattle before I got into my longhorns. We let them have 80 pair. I have a dozen longhorn. I could have a lot more, but a dozen for me is fine. And I breed them. I bring a bull in, breed them. I keep the females and I get rid of the males. So I can always bring in the new bull and just start building up the female herd. They're the most gentle animals you can imagine. I mean, I hand feed mine. I've probably reached what I feel I can do here. Does that make sense? Unless I'm building a big trophy home, I don't feel there's much more I can do to give back to this property. We've kind of outgrown this part of our life, and we're kind of looking forward to starting a new part of our life. It's why we're selling it. My husband would get on the internet and he would say, put in, you know, Northern California Ranch, or put in cattle ranch, put in horse ranch, recreational ranch. And every time we did that, California Outdoor Properties always came up. My husband wanted California Outdoor Properties because of their internet presence. Because of LandLeader, they have the exposure. I didn't want to call California Outdoor Properties because I knew they'd sell it. How we picked Charlie was, he is from the Bay Area also. We live within 10 miles of each other, and I feel that we're on the same wavelength, the same path. My husband gets along great with them, which is awesome.
Debbie and Ronnie contacted me. They heard my name through California Outdoor Properties, and they were very enticed by what we offer. And I eventually got the listing, and we're moving forward. I like the abundance of trails. I like the access to Cache Creek. If you're a recreation guy, you want to do some hunting, hiking, ATVing, horseback riding, that sort of thing, it's a perfect property. When I came onto the ranch, I saw the plethora of farming equipment, old cars, antiques, wagons, all sorts of stuff. I talked to the owners and I said, is this really part of the ranch? Do you want to sell this? And they're like, yes. They felt like this was part of the ranch. A lot of this stuff you can't find anywhere. It's our job to find the next buyer and to carry on through tradition of farming and ranching in this fine recreational ranch.
For more information on how to feature your property on LandLeader TV, please visit landleader.com.